and arrive in our body. So inhaling through the nose into the upper belly, and an exhale through the nose or the mouth, allowing yourself to ground with the exhale. And inhale through the nose into the upper belly, and an exhale to ground. Just noticing what's happening for you in your space, within all the subtle bodies, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. No rights or wrongs, no goods or bads, just simply present with whatever it is this evening. We'll begin our practice here with grounding, checking in with self, reflecting inwards. We'll move through a tuning in with the Adi mantra, followed by the Mangalacharan mantra. This is something you're welcome to listen to. If you know it, you're welcome to chant along. This is what is usually chanted to tune in to a Western Kundalini Yoga class. We'll move through a series of warm-ups, followed by what we call a Kriya, or a set of postures meant to invoke certain energy. We'll follow it by a throat chakra activation and a meditation and Shavasana. So now we can let that mental body rest for a moment as we connect back in with the breath, inhaling and exhaling, descending down towards the earth. An inhale lengthens the spine up through the crown of the head, and an exhale grounds down through the sit bones. Continuing in this wave-like fashion, inhaling up and exhaling down. Beginning to really slow down through the breath here, inviting more in on the inhale and more out on the exhale. Beginning to soften through the jaw, the shoulders. We'll rub the palms of the hands together, creating just a little heat here. We'll bring the thumbs into the sternum as you continue with your breath. Now, as we tune in here, we'll chant these mantras 3 times each. The first mantra is connecting with all of the ascended masters who've come before, as well as your highest self. The second mantra is more of a protective mantra. It reflects on the past, the present, the future. So you can imagine yourself in this protective light. The first mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. You can follow along or just listen. Go ahead and take a big inhale and exhale. An exhale to chant. An inhale to prepare. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ad Gure Namahe, Jugat Kure Namahe, Sat Kure Namahe, Sri Gurudeve Namahe. Ad Gure Namahe, Jugat Kure Namahe, Sat Gure Namahe, Sri Gurudeve Namahe. Ad Gure Namahe, Jugat Gure Namahe, Sat Gure Namahe, Sri Gurudeve Namahe. Inhale. If it's in your practice to suspend through Mahaband, please do so. Exhaling the hands down, palms face up on the knees, sitting in the vibration for a moment. Noticing how you felt before and how you feel now. Just observing. Let's bring palms face down on the knees, grounding the palms into the knees, beginning to circle through the neck circles, allowing the chin to stay tucked in front of the chest if the neck is compromised. We're still in yin season, so we're still moving slow, still allowing ourselves to create this energy that will be used come March in the spring. So moving through these nice, soft, slow neck circles. Reversing directions when your body feels called. Really listening in to the body, as always. Never pushing past any thresholds of pain. We will move a little bit into some uncomfortable postures and breath. And if these are compromising pain, of course, stop. Let's take 3 more circles wherever we are. And then moving back to stillness in the center. We'll stay seated if it feels okay. We can always reverse the cross of our legs. And we'll move into just some seated cat-cows, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Moving here with a sense of fluidity, like that of the wave analogy, just imagining that spine undulating in a very fluid-like state. You're welcome to keep the chin parallel to the mat, the ground, the earth, or you can move the head. Moving the head and the chin up and down invokes a little bit more air. So if you do have trouble sleeping at night, please keep the chin parallel to the earth. We've just entered eclipse season. So being mindful if things seem a little confusing, individually as well as collectively, this is typical of eclipses. Let's do 3 more here. And coming back to stillness in the center, there again, crossing the legs in the alternative way. Let's bring our left hand on our heart, our right hand on our belly. And let's just really check in here with our breath, inhaling all the way down into the belly, into the lungs, and then exhaling, squeezing through the belly, and then squeezing through the lungs and the collarbone. So inhaling into both the belly, the lungs, and exhaling through the belly and then through the lungs. Let's inhale again here. And let's see if we can extend the exhale a little longer than our inhale. So maybe we're inhaling for a count of 2 or 3 and exhaling for a count of 5 or 6. And as we continue our breath, maybe asking yourself, what would true balance feel like in my body? And maybe you've achieved that already. And good job. And maybe we're constantly attempting to achieve it. How do we find balance in our day, through our action, through our rest? Stay here for 3 more breaths. This inquiry isn't meant to bring feelings of shame or I shoulds, should nots, but rather inquiries into what might be able to be added or subtracted to find that perfect balance. Final breath here. We'll go ahead and release, palms face up. We can third eye gaze here between the eyebrows in the center of the head. Continuing to stay grounded on the earth, inhaling up through the crown of the head and exhaling to relax through the shoulders, the neck, the face, down to the earth. Taking one more breath. And let's let it go. Let's go ahead and roll ourselves gently over, transitioning to knees, to hands, to cat-cow. Whatever this looks like for you, we can always set up on our knuckles. We can prop ourselves up. And the eyes of the elbows face towards each other to help promote muscle stability rather than joint. And we'll go ahead and inhale, belly to drop, hips come high. We can gaze at the third eye space, or we can physically look up at the sky and exhale to arch through the spine, pulling the belly button up. An inhale, belly to drop, and an exhale to arch. Moving here with your breath. So maybe that looks a little slower, or maybe that looks a little faster. Noticing the quality of our thoughts, where our mind tends to wander, and then bringing the focus, the awareness straight back to the inhale and the exhale. Let's take 3 more cat-cows, whatever your cadence of breath is. And then as we come back to an inhale, let's drop through the belly. Let's inhale completely. We'll exhale, arch through the spine, exhale completely. Inhale to table, and then exhale, knees come wide, big toes touch, allow the forehead to drop, child's pose. Hands stretch out in front. Go ahead and surrender yourself forward for a moment. As we feel the torso, the breath on the thighs, or maybe there's a bolster in between the legs. We check in with the base of the spine. On each inhale, we'll move our awareness just slightly up to the next chakra. So as our awareness first rests at the base of the spine, the root, the Muladhara, our next inhale will guide us in child's pose up about 2 inches to the sacral chakra, the center for the reproductive organs, our center for flow. We're not changing anything. We're here. We're just bringing awareness here. Let's inhale up to about the navel space at the back of the spine, the solar plexus, Manipura, our center for willpower, for fire, how we step out into the world. Our next inhale brings us up to the back of the heart between the shoulder blades, the Anahata, that center for love, the bridge between earth and cosmos. Our next inhale up to the back of the throat, the neck, the Vishuddha chakra, our center for speaking our truth, for self-expression. Inhaling up into the third eye space, the center of the head, our visionary, intuitive. And finally, inhaling up to the crown of the head, just above our connectedness to source, whatever that looks like for you. Breathing here in child's pose and just noticing the interrelatedness of the chakras as they move up and down the spine. Taking 3 more breaths here in child's pose as your awareness scans up, scans down. And then finally bringing awareness into the hands, wiggling through the fingers to help us back up into our tabletop position. Taking a nice exhale to ground here. We're going to step the right foot through into a low lunge. So the left knee rests behind us. Our right knee can be over the ankles, not a problem. We can always have blocks, blankets, or bolsters supporting our hands here. And we'll breathe here into that left hip flexor. So really finding the sense of grounded, of rootedness down through the right foot, stable, through the left knee, breathing into the hip space. We take long, slow, deep inhales and exhales into the upper belly. Inhaling to create space in the body and exhaling to release tension. Noticing if there's any grasping, any attachment up through the collarbones, the face, maybe allowing that to soften, maybe even smiling just a little bit. Reminding ourselves that this work isn't that serious. We can be playful. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale. And then moving gracefully, if that's a thing, back to our left knee. We'll allow that right knee to meet our left behind us. We can always take a downward dog, triangle pose, child's pose, or stay in table here, whatever feels the best in your body. Just noticing what one side feels like compared to the other. And then when it's time for you, tucking the belly, finding that nice table, we'll step the left foot through low lunge, other side. Right knee stays grounded. Left sole of the foot roots down. Breathing into the right hip flexor. Being present with your breath. Long, slow, and deep. If any thoughts arise that might not be welcome during your time here, just bringing the awareness straight back to the inhale and to the exhale. Allowing yourself to maybe feel that balance from right to left side. And maybe one side continues to stay a little tighter than the other, totally normal. Something to note, the right side is the more solar, masculine side, the left side, the more feminine or lunar. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then as we make our transition back to our right knee, hands to ground, left leg steps back. You're welcome to take that downward dog, child's pose, or stay in table, whatever feels the best. Just noticing from one side to the other. We'll go ahead and ground through the hands. Let's inhale to tuck the toes. The hips come high. We're coming into that triangle, that downward dog for a moment as we walk the feet up, the hands back to meet in a forward fold. Our knees can stay bent, however much they stay bent. We can bring our hands in to meet our elbows and just allow the torso to hang heavy, the neck, the head to hang heavy. Allowing ourselves to release any mental over processing, feeling the stability of the feet anchored and rooted as the knees are bent, breathing into the back body, the hamstrings, the back. Maybe allowing yourself to sway from side to side. Taking full inhales and exhales here. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale. And then allowing the knees to begin to bend, coming back down into our table or downward dog triangle. Eventually, knees come wide, big toes touch, exhaling forehead to the mat. Child's pose, surrender forward. Give those wrists some love. Let's take two more breaths here in child's pose. And then we're going to allow the body to move forward onto the belly. So we're coming onto the belly. We're going to do more of a cobra. If you'd like to prop yourself up on your elbows, we don't want to compromise in the lower back. So if this is too much, go ahead and bring the elbows out to the side. Wiggle through the bum, just releasing that lower back. We can do the same posture here. Let's zip up through the legs behind us, like that of a tail. And whatever modification for your elbows, we can always have the hands too grounded right by the shoulders. So whatever this feels like for you, our gaze will be softly out in front of us as we breathe long, slow, and deep into the upper belly. So just feeling ourselves zip up the legs. We'll go ahead and exhale back down, release the legs. Let's bring the hands right by the shoulders and we're going to inhale to zip up and to look up, maybe root up just a little with the hands and exhale to soften down and release. We'll inhale and exhale. This is a very subtle, very slight movement. This isn't a big movement. An inhale and an exhale. Continue here for 8 more repetitions with your breath. Open the heart, but feel supported. And when you're moving into your 8th one, you can release everything and bring the right cheek to the mat. The arms come down out behind us to the sides. Palms face up, right cheek feeling supported, completely relaxed through the lower body. Letting it go here for a moment. Just feeling the front of the body completely supported by the earth, stable, grounded. Feeling the rise and the fall of the back of the heart. Staying here for one more breath, and then allowing the head to pick up and rest on the left cheek, finding that nice balance between right and left. Breathing into the heart space, into the back of the heart, the back body. Maybe even bringing your awareness between the chakras, up and down the spine. Really giving yourself permission here to just be, to be still, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be present with the breath, your breath. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And when it's time, you can allow the head to come back up. The hands will push our way up, engaging through the core. We can push back into a child's pose, just allowing the lower back to decompress. And then eventually back to a tabletop and back to an easy seat. These are all merely suggestions. If you would like to stay on your belly the rest of the class, you're welcome to. For those who are joining me in an easy seat, maybe seated up on that nice elevated blanket, we're going to do a practice that is very often used in Kundalini Kriya classes. This is called the radiance charger. And we're going to try it here this evening, just a little bit to help burn, help cleanse, help clear. We use a special breath associated with this posture. I'll go over how the breath works first, and then we'll move into what the arms are doing. So the breath is called Kalabati breathing, or breath of fire, you'll hear it referred to. And it is a light, fun, playful, bouncy breath. So what we're doing is we're inhaling through the nose and we're exhaling through the nose, but we're pumping the exhale through the navel space. Now, if you've never done this before, you're welcome to try it like that of a dog. So we stick out our tongue, we'll pant like a dog. So we'll inhale, and you can feel as though the exhale is a little bit more forceful. So we're mostly focused on the exhale. We're allowing the shoulders to relax, and we're just using the navel space to pump the exhale. Now, this is a very stimulating breath. If you feel lightheaded or dizzy at any point, simply stop the breath and return back to the soft inhale and exhale. Some contraindications would be that of high blood pressure, heart issues, even that of previous stroke. Please refrain from using this breath and just breathe long, slow, and deep through the nose. So once we feel like we have the pant through the mouth, we can close the mouth and inhale and exhale through the nose only. I may be moving faster. You might be pumping a little bit slower, whatever feels the best. Please listen to yourself. So, along with this breath of fire, we're going to bring the arms up about 60 degrees, and we're going to keep the thumbs out, pointed towards the sky. So, we almost could envision ourselves like a battery. We're charging, we're looking to charge and plug in through the thumbs up above our crown chakra. So as we're finding our nice posture here, if you have shoulders, things going on, you can always bring the hands down. Same effect simply through visualization as well. So let's find our space here and we'll begin the breath of fire. Continuing the breath. If you have just eaten a meal, this might feel a little uncomfortable, so you can just simply breathe long, slow, and deep here. Just intending to focus on clearing and cleansing whatever no longer serves. You may notice yourself wanting to pull up, to tighten through the neck. Just go ahead and continue to release down, to set yourself back, and to continue with this breath of fire. You may notice tingling happening in the fingers. You may notice some resistance want to come up. This is all part of this practice. How and where are we leaning into discomfort to learn and evolve just a little bit more about ourselves? You're doing a great job. We're about halfway there. And let's inhale, stretch the hands up, touch the tips of the thumbs together. And exhale the hands sweeping through the aura, cleansing like windshield washers all the way down. Regrounding the hands down into the earth and just sit for a moment. Just noticing any shifts in your energy body. Allowing yourself to continue to release, let go, surrender. How can you feel your body in your seat a little bit heavier to the pull of gravity? Bringing your awareness back into your breath, inhaling into the upper belly and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. in our easy seat, reversing the cross of our legs if we so choose. Let's bring the index finger and the thumb into Gyan Mudra, the mudra for inner wisdom, inner guidance. Hands rest, palms face up on the knees. We're going to silently or aloud, your choice, chant the mantra Sat Nam. We're going to say Sat on the inhale and Nam on the exhale. Sat is truth in all three times, past, present, and future. It's also Satya in Patanjali's yoga. Nam is that of essence, name, can even be interwoven with identity. So, truth is my identity, truth is the essence. So, Sat on the inhale and Nam on the exhale. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. And if you'd like to mentally vibrate that, Sat, Nam. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's simply a vibration. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Staying focused, staying very aware and intentional with the Sat, Nam. Focusing the mind with mantra or mind tool. If at any point your body feels called to lay down on your back, you can continue this on your back. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Here in meditative pose for just a little longer before we move into Shavasana. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Taking a full inhale and a full exhale. Letting that go. Go ahead and transition ourselves to the sit bones, rolling over onto the back, allowing the knees to hug into the chest. Maybe grabbing your socks, your blankets to have nearby. Maybe our knees are resting on a bolster. Allowing yourself to rock and roll through the lower back from side to side. And then the soles of the feet come down to the outside edges of the rug, the mat. The knees touch in the middle. And let's go ahead and just softly and smoothly guide the knees over from one side to the next. Maybe we're still vibrating Sat Nam. Yeah. Taking a couple more on each side. And then the soles of the feet walk inwards towards the sit bones just a little as we bring the right ankle over the left knee. We can stay here. We can also bring a strap or the hands interlaced behind the left knee. Breathing here into that right glute. Not straining or grasping, just finding a nice, easeful position. Taking 3 more inhales and exhales here. And then gently allowing the left foot to come back down to the mat. Right foot comes down, left ankle up to meet the right knee. Breathing into that left hip. Taking 3 more breaths on this side. Dropping the right foot down, and then allowing both legs to stretch out, covering yourself up with a blanket, allowing the spine to rest in neutrality with its simple curves. In our final corpse shavasana pose. Bringing awareness to the head and allowing any tension to melt from the forehead, the eyes, temples, cheek, jawbones, relaxing through the mouth, all the tension down and out through the back of the head. Relaxing through the neck, the shoulders, collarbone. Taking any tension and guiding it from the shoulders down the biceps, triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, back of the hand, palm of the hand, releasing through the tips of the fingers. Both arms are completely relaxed. The torso is heavy. The chest softly floats up and down. Any tension coming down through the hips, the sacrum, the hip joints, moving the tension down through the quads, hamstrings, knees, shin, calf, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, releasing out through the tips of the toes. Both legs are completely relaxed. The body as a whole is completely relaxed. Only coming back to awareness when you hear my chimes and voice next. And very slowly beginning to bring your awareness back to your breath. Bringing awareness back to your body. Inhaling to wiggle through the fingers. Exhaling to wiggle through the toes. You're always welcome to stay here longer and drop off the call. If you'd like to continue breathing life into the body, eventually stretching the arms up over the head from fingertips to toe tips. As eventually the knees bend, hugging the knees back into the chest. Allowing gravity to pull your body off to the left side. Laying here in the fetal position on the left side for a moment. Feeling supported by the earth. Allowing this peaceful integration. As eventually the torso will roll over a little farther. The hands will catch the body as it begins to lift the torso back up into an easy seat. Keeping the eyes soft or closed. Allowing yourself to begin to close this space. Let's rub the palms of the hands together. Bringing the thumbs into the sternum. Together, we will chant one long Sat Nam. Truth is the essence. Let's take an inhale and an exhale. An inhale to prepare. Sat Nam. Inhale. And an exhale. Sat Nam. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining